Next, we're going to take a look at the Fury of the First Order Squadron Pack. I know a lot of people have been waiting for this one. Whisper and 2 First Order Bombers. Hope you guys enjoy it. Alright, ships that everyone's been waiting on. The Whisper. Let's see if you guys can get a nice close up there. So you got the nice red markings on there. I like the white on the sides. A little bit there on the back. Underneath. And then the bombers, something that I think the First Order has been needing for a long time now. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the Empire's bomber, right? With the 2 here. That's going to be the cockpit, and then this is where the ordnance would be. Nice white again there. Nice detail. I think you can see a little bit of the red from the engines back here. So those are really nice. And of course you get 2 of them. Again, these are decent size. Kind of reminds me of the Punisher a little bit in terms of the size. Alright, let's take a look at the cards here real quick. You got, so they have a 3 bullseye, 2 turret. They have 2 evade. They get 3 hull, 2 shields, and then of course Kylo with 3 force, right? They have focus that links into a rotate, evade, lock, and then of course the boost or barrel roll also that links into a rotate. I think that's kind of one of the things that First Order is quite notorious for, is a lot of the linking that are also white. I don't play First Order, but I know a lot of people do, and that's one of the things that always annoys me, is that they don't stress. Alright, so the heavy weapon turret, you can rotate your arc indicator only to your front or rear. You must treat your front requirement of your equipped missile upgrades as your turret. So if you're forward or backwards, you can shoot missiles from the back. So that's kind of cool. Kylo, right, I-5. Before an enemy ship in your bullseye is dealt a face-down damage card, you may spend 1 force. If you do, that damage card is dealt face-up instead. So this is, you know, kind of think of, you know, I'll show you the dark side, right? But you're going ahead and just getting that crit right away face-up. Wrath. After you perform a bullseye attack, if you have 1 or more non-locked red or orange tokens, you may perform a bonus attack against a different target. So this is going to be, I think, a little bit more of a challenge, right? Nice I-5, but again, you know, they don't have a whole lot of ways to get a red or an orange token. But I know there's some jamming abilities in here, so that might be ways to help out Wrath here. And then we'll take a, you know, maybe a look at their dial here real quick. Right, they don't have a whole lot of reds on their dials. They got the 1 hards and the 3 sloops. So, but there may be some, you know, maybe strains, some other ways to get those red tokens on there. Nightfall. After you fully execute a maneuver or perform a boost action, each ship you move through gains 2 jam tokens. So if you kind of move through your ships, right, you can give them jam tokens. They can get 2 of them. Jams are orange, right? So maybe that's some way to get Wrath there to get some orange tokens. Whirlwind. Before you engage, you may remove any number of your jam tokens. Then you may gain 1 focus token for each enemy ship that has you in its forward arc. Or maybe you put Nightfall with Whirlwind, right? So different ways there to have these interact with one another. You got a 709th Legion Ace at I-4, which is really nice. I-2 Red Fury Zealot. And then the bombers. Take a look at the bombers. You got breech. Okay. Well, let's take their. So they got 2 front attack, 2 evade, a 4 hull, 2 shield. Now here's some reds. They get focus, lock, They can barrel roll into a lock, or they got a red boost, or they can reload into an evade. So that's something interesting, especially with two green to be able to get an evade, even after you're reloading, right? Because when you reload, you're going to go ahead and get the disarm token, and so you can still get some defense there if you're potentially going to get shot at. You got Scorch here. While a friendly ship at range 0 to 1 performs a primary attack, it may spend a 1-hit result. If it does, after defending, the defender gains 1 strain token. So again, you got a friendly ship at range 0 to 1. It can spend a hit result. The defender gains a strain, right? So if you know that person is going to be shooting you next, or you're going to have someone else shooting next, right? Give them that strain so they got roll 1 less. Dread. After you reload, each ship in your bullseye gains 1 deplete token. So again, the nice thing there is, you are reloading. You can also evade, but then you also give them a deplete, so that way when they attack you, they're not doing much damage. So that's pretty cool. Grudge. While a friendly bomb or mine at range 0 to detonates, each time attack dice are rolled to resolve its effect, you may re-roll up to 1 of those dice. So that's pretty nice. You get a blank? Nope. Get a focus? Nope. Go ahead and re-roll it. I want to make sure that damage goes through. You get 3 first order cadets, I3s, and 2 I2 Sinar Jameis test pilots. Again, quick builds. Alright, let's look at some of these upgrades. So this goes for a tie, feedback, ping. After an enemy ship executes a maneuver, if it is at range 0 to 1 of a friendly device, you may acquire a lock on that ship, ignoring range restrictions. So with the bombers, this might be pretty good if you're launching devices or dropping devices. Again, another one for a tie. So anything with a tie can get these, okay? That's also Empire, right? Empires have a lot of ties, so they can utilize any of these as well. After you fully execute a red maneuver, you may perform a barrel roll action, even while stressed. So that's also pretty key. If you do, roll an attack die. On a hit result, gain 1 strain token. On a crit result, gain 1 ion token. So you want to be careful with those crits, right? Get the ion, you know what your next maneuver is going to be. Compassion, right? Light side, let's see. So I think this is going to be one of the first light side force cards that have been out there from what I recall. If there are others, go ahead and put them in the comments, but I think this is the first light side force card that we've seen. All the other ones have been either dark or there's just nothing there. Before another friendly ship at range 0 to 2 would be dealt a face-up pilot or crew damage card, you may spend 1 force. If you do, that damage card is discarded instead, and you are dealt 1 face-down damage card. Then, if you have 2 or more damage cards, recover 2 force. So this is going to be pretty cool. Again, this is going to be light side. I think Kylo, be interesting to see if Kylo is both dark and light, since, spoilers, he kind of turned to the light side. But it'd be nice to get these on some of those other force users that are either rebels, like Luke, or maybe Leia in the Millennium Falcon, right? Then here's the opposite, darkside, malice. While you perform an attack, you may spend 1 force to change 1 focus or hit result to a crit. If you do, after you perform that attack, if the defender was dealt 1 or more pilot or crew damage cards, recover 2 force. So spin a force, hopefully you get that pilot or crew, and you're going to go ahead and get those get 2 force back. You have shattering shots here. While you perform an attack, if the attack is obstructed by an obstacle or a defender is at range 0 of an obstacle, you may spend 1 force to add 1 focus result. So that's going to be interesting, especially if you take a focus, right, instead of using your force to change so it's blank, right? You spend 1 force to add a focus result. While you perform an attack, if the attack is obstructed by an obstacle or the defender's at range 0 of an obstacle, you may spend 1 force to add 1. So it's actually adding a focus. So that's really nice, right? There's not a whole lot where you add dice to your pull that you can then change. You got advanced optics, prime thrusters. You got then we have sensor scramblers. It goes for a TIE Whisperer or the TIE Silencer, so either one of those can take this. Setup, gain 1 cloak token. While you are cloaked, other ships cannot acquire locks on you, so that's key. During the end phase, if you are cloaked and there is an enemy ship at range 0-3, you must decloak. If you do, that decloak fails. If you do and that decloak fails, lose 1 cloak token. So interesting to add adding cloaking into the First Order is something that we haven't seen yet. You got ion torpedo, clusters, homing missiles, pockets, the electrode chaff missile, which is a missile in a bomb slot. You get 2 of these. You get 2 pips. During the system phase, you may spend 1 charge from this card to launch. So it's launched, right? So it's not dropping, it's launching. It's going in front of you. Use the 3 bank or the 4 straight template. Then place 1 fuse marker on it. This card cannot be recovered. The charge cannot be recovered. You can see it doesn't have the little indicator there. First Order only. Gunner. DT 798. At the start of the engagement phase, you may choose a friendly ship in your firing arc. If you do, that ship gains 1 strain token. While you perform an attack, you may reroll 1 die for each ship in the attack arc with 1 or more non-lock red or orange tokens. So get some rerolls there. First Order Ordnance Tech, reload linked into a lock. A couple suppressive gunners, a couple concussion missiles, concussion bombs, sorry. A couple delayed fuses, a couple engine upgrades, and then 1 enhanced jamming suite. This is on the TIE Whisperer only, so that's why there's only 1 in the box. While you jam, you can choose yourself or another friendly ship. While you defend, if the attack has no green tokens, or there is a jammed ship in the attack arc, you may roll 1 additional defense die. Right, so you got focus linked into a jam, both the barrel roll and the boost linked into a jam, then of course just the jam itself. So very interesting. I like to see how some of this plays out on the board. Again, there's your dials. Got the 1 straight, 2 straight, and 3 straight are the only blues on here. You got the one banks that are white and the 1 hards that are red. 2 hards, 2 banks. You got the 3 sloop, 3 hard, 3 banks that are white, 4 straight. So not too bad of a dial. I kind of like it. And you can see, right, there are no marks on here to indicate the arc. Now I have seen that they have put something out that you can use on their site. So you can see they have put out their official. They got them on there with the hashes, and they do say that this is tournament legal. Alright, well, this is the Fury of the First Order. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please like and share. Leave a comment. I'd like to know how you guys are going to be using these, what kind of list you're putting together. Put that down in the comments. I appreciate it. Alright, gamers, have fun, enjoy.